We're gonna begin in an easy cross-legged seat. So just bring one shin in front of the other. Rest your hands on your knees or your thighs. Roll your shoulders up towards the ears and then all the way down the spine. Again, inhale to roll the shoulders up. And exhale, rolling them down. And one more time, inhale to roll up. And exhale, melt the shoulders down your spine. Close your eyes and take a moment to arrive on your mat. Connecting with the breath. Taking fuller inhales in and deeper exhales out. Finding a deep breath that we can maintain throughout the practice. So try to stick to that deep breath for the next 15 minutes. With the next inhale, reach your arms up above the head, palms to touch. Exhale, twisting over to the right. So bring your right fingertips behind the spine, left hand onto the right knee, twisting yourself a little deeper. Inhale, finding length. Exhale to twist. Inhale, back to center, reach your palms up. And exhale, twisting over to the left. Left fingertips behind the spine, right hand on the left knee, using that contact to twist yourself a little bit deeper. And with the next inhale, reaching the palms back up. Exhale, bring your palms down in front of you and then start to fold over your shins here. Bringing the arms long in front, but trying to keep the sit bones rooted down into the mat. And slowly roll over the knees here so you come into your extended child's pose. So the knees are as wide as the mat, hips on the heels, big toes to touch. Forehead is gently resting in the mat. And let's come onto the fingertips, finding more of an active child's pose. So press the fingers into the mat and then walk your hands over to the right, finding a little bit of a side stretch into the left side body. You can place your left palm on top of the right, going a little bit deeper. And back through center over to the left. Both hands are off the mat on the left side. You can bring your right palm on top of the left, stretching into the right side body. Full breath in. And exhale, back to center, lifting the hips up. And from here, bring your left knee now a bit forward and stack the right knee behind the left. So crossing the knees and bringing the heels as far apart as possible to sit the hips between the heels back into the mat. So we're in Gomukhasana, cow face pose. Knees on top of each other, both sit bones in the mat. And you can either stay like that with a long spine, or maybe you want to go a bit deeper, then walk the hands forward. Bring your stomach closer to the thighs. You can also relax your head all the way down, going as deep as you like here and feeling it in the outer hips. Breathing into that stretch, into all the sensations. And slowly lifting back up and walking the fingertips over to the right and continuing the walk, keeping the feet as they are and coming back to the front. And now we have the right knee on top of the left. This is quite a tricky transition. If it didn't work out, just come back to the front, right knee on top of the left. Sit bones rooted down between the heels. And we are staying either with a long spine or folding over the thighs. Bringing the stomach onto the legs, maybe lowering the head down and stretching into the outer hips. And let's make our way back up, coming out of the pose. Just sit your hips back and bring your feet mat wide apart. And let's directly move into our Malasana from here, Yogi squat. So feet as wide as the mat, hands in front of the heart, elbows are pressing into the inner thighs to sit up tall, finding length in the spine. If this is too intense, you can always have a pillow or something underneath your hips, or you can have the heels lifted off the mat. And let's move a bit into the neck here. Start to draw some circles with the neck, moving into one direction first. And switching it out, moving the opposite way. Feeling all the sensations in the neck. Let's bring the head back to center. Taking one more breath here. And exhale, plant the palms into the mat and lift the hips all the way up. Starting to heel toe the feet together. And now let's bring the left shin behind the right, stepping the left foot next to the right, finding a crisscross forward fold. The legs don't have to be straight. If you have tight hamstrings, you can keep a bend. And then walking your fingertips over to the right and through center over to the left, stretching the outer IT bands and back to center. Let's switch it out and bring the right shin behind the left, finding our crisscrossed forward fold. Again, you can keep a bend in the knees. Gently walking the fingertips over to the left and through center over to the right, trying to keep the hips as squared as possible. And then come back to center, uncross the legs. Start to heel toe the feet to the sides of the mat again, sinking the hips down, returning to our Malasana, only as a transition though. From here, bring your palms down to softly lower the knees down into the mat. And we're gonna come onto the right shin, extending the left leg to the side. Left foot is in one line with the knee, setting up for gate pose. Inhale, reach your arms up. And exhale, start to lean over to the left. Left hand slides down the left leg, right arm alongside the right ear. Inhale through center and over to the right fingertips down into the mat, left arm alongside the ear. Inhale through center and again over to the right, finding length through the whole side body. Inhale through center and over to the right. You can flow from here, finding your own rhythm, moving from side to side, feeling the stretch in the inner left thigh and in the sides of the body. And let's come back up to center. Bend the left knee and bring your fingertips around the left foot, keeping the right leg as it is, and just stretching into the inner right thigh, melting the hips towards the mat. You can have your hands on the hips or keep them down in the mat. Maybe adding some intuitive movement, feeling it out here in the hips. And slowly bring the right shin long back into the mat so that we're in a low lunge. Again, moving the hips a little bit from side to side, intuitively feeling it out. And then heel toe the left foot to the left side of the mat, so we're in our lizard pose. Tuck the right toes to lift the right knee off the mat, and let's draw some circles into the hips. One direction and the other. And lowering the knee back down, reach the left arm up and then bring the hand onto the inner left thigh, rolling onto the outer blade of that left foot and drawing the knee away from you to open a bit deeper into the hip. If you want more, you can bring the palm down and lower onto the forearms, melting the forehead towards the mat, the chest towards the mat, maybe rocking gently from side to side, surrendering fully to all the sensations that you can feel in the hips. The hip flexors tend to be so tight because they hold a lot of tension from when we're in our fight or flight mode. So just know that it's normal to feel a very deep stretch. And slowly coming back onto the palms and walking the hands over to the right, bringing the left shin down and the right foot long in line with the left knee. Gate pose on the other side, reaching the arms up, inhale. And exhale, sliding the right palm down the right leg, left arm alongside the ear. Inhale through center and over to the left. Bring the right arm long. And back up, finding your own rhythm, moving from side to side, extending long all the way into the fingertips. Connect your breath to the movement. And let's pause in the center. Bend the right knee, bring the fingertips around the right foot, keeping the left leg as it is, and then sinking the hips closer towards the mat, either with the hands on the hips or the hands down in the mat. Finding a little bit of movement here, feeling it out. And extend the left leg long behind, coming into our low lunge and moving the hips from side to side. Feel it out. And then heel toe the right foot to the right side of the mat. Palms are underneath the shoulders. Tuck the left toes and lift the knee off the mat. Starting to draw circles into one direction. And switching it out. And then lowering the left knee back down into the mat. Reach the right arm up and then bring the right hand to the inner right thigh, opening the hip, rolling onto the outer blade of the right foot. Melting the left hip down into the mat, keeping our full breath. You can either stay here, or if you want to go a bit deeper, then you can bring the right palm down into the mat and lower all the way onto your forearms. Finding our full lizard pose and melting that left hip towards the mat, maybe adding a soft movement, shifting the hips from side to side. And slowly press into your palms, making our way back up. And let's finish off with frog pose. Bring the right knee down into the mat as well, shifting the knees as wide apart as possible. Knees are in a 90-degree angle. The inner arches of the feet are pressing into the mat or the floor. Palms are underneath the shoulders, and gently start to rock forwards and backwards, and you are probably gonna feel that the stretch intensifies when you shift the hips back. So try to find that sweet spot where you can really feel the stretch. And then maybe you want to lower onto the forearms. Keep breathing, deep inhales and full exhales. Try to stick with it, breathing through the discomfort. We're almost done. Stay with it. You're doing so well. Let's take our last round of breath here. Full inhale in and full exhale out. Lift yourself back up onto the palms, slowly bringing the knees back together and sitting the hips onto the heels, maybe shifting the hips a little bit from side to side. Thank you so much for practicing with me. I hope your hips feel nice and yummy. I can't wait to practice with you again. Make sure to subscribe to my channel so you stick with your practice, you stay up to date with all my new videos. And give the video a like if you liked it. If you have questions, write to me on Instagram, and I'll see you soon. Bye!